Welcome back, fellow champions. Tonight we will be talking about the SmackDown Live / draft. Mostly we're talking about the draft, or at least rattling off what happened, that kind of stuff. And we're also going to do the pre-predictions, whatever you want to call them, for Battlegrounds, because I don't want to have to do 4 episodes in 4 days of this game. I know the game part is getting kind of repetitive. I'm sure to watch might be kind of rough sometimes. So I'd rather just, keep it as... I don't want to get nuts with it. Let's not get nuts with it, alright? This is a real match, so we'll start it off. So the draft was hosted by Jerry the King Lawler, Lawler, Morrow, the weird SmackDown guy, whose name, Morrow something, whose name I'm blanking on already. I'm messing up. Who cares? The SmackDown Live was hosted by everyone that's not JBL, basically. There you go. So basically what they did all night was, during every drafting break, Raw would get 3 picks, SmackDown would get 2. I think the reasoning why was because Raw is 3 hours and SmackDown is 2. I don't think it was ever strictly addressed that way, but it makes the most sense. Along with that, if your draft choice was not, if you're a tag team, you could be chosen not to go as your tag team. You could be split up if the drafter wanted to, which led to some interesting picks throughout the night. We're also, as I go through this, I'm only going to talk about what happened during the show. I know a lot of shit happened in what we'll call the after, not so much on the show, where like Kalisto and Simon Gotch got in a fight apparently. Some of the picks were extremely pissed off about where they went. I know Alberto Del Rio freaked out because him and Paige got separated. Quote unquote, like separated on the show, not real life separated. But they were dating too, if you didn't know that. But they got broken up now. And I know he freaked out, was pissed. Vince doesn't really like people that are together being on TV together, or being together in wrestling. I'm sure there's been enough instances of women causing problem in the locker rooms that it's probably not worth the hassle.
Cena used the STF to
but,
Mark Henry to tap out at Money in the Bank in 2013. That was
so the draft starts. Basically, once I go down the list, the picks are going to go Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw. Raw went first every time. All 4 of the people were out there, both owners, managers, and general managers. So Steph and McFoley were on the one side, Shane and DB were on the other side. So here we go. First drafting round. Number 1 pick, Seth Rollins to Raw, followed by Ambrose to SmackDown, obviously. Then Charlotte to Raw, AJ Styles to SmackDown, and Finn Balor to Raw. So out of nowhere, Finn was a top 5 pick to finally come up to WWE. I'm not sure when he's going to come up yet. I have an idea that we'll talk about when we get to, hey, it's time to talk about...
This is what makes him one of the
fuck you, John Cena. When it's time to talk about the predictions, we can hit on it down there, but now's not the time. So they did the first round of draft picks. Get back there, asshole.
Damaged ribs like that can make it hard to breathe.
I do this first round of picks. They start commenting how Cena was not picked at all yet, because apparently he had a match with Gallows coming up. The club was out with him, so Enzo and Cass out of nowhere come out afterwards to be in their man's corner, which was extremely nice of them and kind of cool to see them keeping up with the support of John Cena. I like when wrestling has continuity and when they have stories, so them being there is very good. For the first break, they did this thing where they just hid... they had wrestling on the small screen and the ads on, like, live stream. I don't know if live... Fuck you, John Cena. They were showing wrestling and advertisements at the same time. I immediately thought it was cool that they did it, and after watching 20 seconds of it, I realized that I would rather just Ah, come on, hit the button. I would rather just have them do normal commercials than do what they did during this. So that was kind of stupid. They continuously kept talking about how John Cena was not picked in the top 5. They kept saying he has too many other side things going on in his life to worry about to be a top 5 pick anymore. And it might genuinely be true, because he does have like 1,000 other things going on right now that I think he likes more than wrestling, to be honest with you. Or he likes doing both, but he has new things he can do now, like acting and his TV shows and all that good stuff.
Look at this. You gotta believe this one's over.
I do, but maybe we don't know yet. So Cena and Gallows had their match. At one point, the club got on the ringside, up on the apron. They're gonna attack. So of course, Enzo and Cass do the same thing. Kind of smush finish, but Cena wins, of course. That came up to round 2 of the drafting.
Here we go. This could be it. That's it. He's out. Finisher. This match might be
so Raw's first pick was Roman Reigns, who got a chorus of boos. One of 2 people that got booed during the draft. Cena to SmackDown, Lesnar to Raw, Randy Orton to SmackDown, and the New Day whole team to Raw. Orton going to SmackDown is interesting. He's coming back during Battleground, during the Jericho Talk is Jericho segment of the show, which will they'll probably have to fight to make it people get hyped for them to come back, but we'll see. Already, the Raw show seems stacked, and enough people that I like went to SmackDown already that I know I have to watch SmackDown every week. I know I kind of talked about doing it anyway, but the draft picks kind of confirmed it. I like AJ too much to not watch him wrestle. And Ambrose is pretty good. I love Cena. So that's where that was at that point. Rusev and Miz, team champions, took on Zack, Ryder, and Darren Young, team challengers. They made those names up, not me. Ryder and Young were actually a pretty good tag team, and we're doing team moves together, which a lot of tag teams don't always do in wrestling anymore. So that was pretty neat. I expected them to lose their match, to be honest with you, but they actually won. They beat Rusev and Miz. So of course they were hyping up. They were hyping up the challengers won. Can they do this at Battleground? Kind of bullshit. But even if they don't, they put on a pretty good tag team match. They were decent. It was good. I was. Fuck John Cena.
It's gotta be history.
My foot to the ropes.
The shoulders are down. 2, 3.
Is that for the belt?
A huge win.
Better not be. So they were a good tag team. Bray, Wyatt, and Xavier Woods came out. Or everyone was out with them, obviously. New Day. Okay, he's not the champ. So New Day was out there. Wyatt family was out there. It wasn't really a match. And that was pretty much what I felt was the trend of the whole night, where
please join.
It's an honor to be recognized by the WWE Universe. I do this for them.
Most of the matches during this were kind of shitty, and they were all just like prequels
and I'm gonna take them to the top with me.
Which is why I'm skipping most talking about. That's why I'm talking about Battleground during this too, because it all ties together at this point.
There you have it.
Shut up.
Back to you guys.
So after Bray Wyatt scared Xavier Woods and beat him, Kane and Kevin Owens were supposed to have a match. Kevin Owens was yelling at everyone for not drafting him yet. So of course Sami Zayn comes running out. They beat the shit out of each other. They run in the ring. Kevin Owens feeds Sami Zayn to Kane for a choke slam. Demon Kane, not Corporate Kane. Feeds him for a choke slam. Normal match. Kane then does a Kane thing and grabs both KO and Sami Zayn, choke slams both of them. That was all it was. It wasn't even really a match. But it goes into drafts round 3. Raw takes Sami Zayn. SmackDown takes Bray Wyatt all by himself. That was the first broken up tag team.
It really is amazing how strong the Yes movement has become.
So they broke up the Wyatt family unofficially at that point. I'm not sure why, other than they're trying to get talent on both shows, but it seems weird to break up the Wyatt family mid-feud.
He's really taking over this match
I don't know.
Well,
so then Sasha went to Raw. Becky Lynch went to SmackDown. And Chris Jericho went to Raw. After some weird hemming and hawing by Mick Foley picking him. Seth looked a little irritated for some reason. And it was kind of what they were... It was kind of part of the show. But, I don't know. I know wrestling's a work. She seemed real life irritated for some reason. Not really sure why, but that was the thing. So after those next round of picks, there was the Sasha versus Charlotte and Dana Brooks match. I guess Becky is quote-unquote still hurt from the beatdown on Raw. And Sasha has a mystery tag team partner match against Dana and Charlotte at Battleground, so they figured that this is a good time to do the match. The winner of this was obvious as well because, I mean, they can't have Sasha winning by herself in the 2-on-1 handicap match right before she has a tag team match from Battleground, so of course Sasha lost. Wasn't really a good match, like I said. Moral of the SmackDown show, at least for this week, everything was kind of dull. Tons of commercials. Tons of weird, now we're back cut moments.
Looking to be in great shape here.
Where they'd be like halfway through both introductions or the match would already be started and they'd come back from commercial.
What do we got here?
It's just weird. SmackDown's like this every week. It's going to be hard to watch, I feel like. Especially since it was live. Like recorded SmackDown, I expect it from. Or I'd be more used to it. But live SmackDown, it got really good really good ratings compared to Raw. You can't remember this. I got really good reviews compared to Raw or viewing or whatever it was. I think ratings. But I don't know. It seemed poorly put together or like rushed. Or maybe they have a different team that does SmackDown production, but you can tell it's a different show. Next round of draft picks was Rusev went to Raw, Miz went to SmackDown, KO to Raw, Corbin to SmackDown, who I don't care about at all, and Team Soft, Enzo and Cass went to Raw. So that means obviously at some point them and Cena are splitting up because they're on different shows now. I am glad they're on the show that seems to be getting some tag teams on it. At least the New Day is still there, kind of deal. Come back, this son of a bitch. So at least have that going. Of course, they kept Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens together. After all the hype of this might be their last time together, I was truly expecting them to get split up, but they did not. They decided it was a good thing to keep probably having to make those two fight forever, which is kind of stupid. If I'm going to end up not watching SmackDown, I'm glad Corbin is over there. I don't really like him. It will make me sad that Miz and Becky are over there now too. But they did a good job up to this point of, I'll say, keeping the rosters even. Like, one isn't necessarily better than the other. There's just a different issue, which we will talk about after we talk about other picks.
Oh my gosh!
We call that the shooting Tobes press, by the way.
The shoulders are down.
And a kick out.
So Cesaro and Jericho have a match that no one really seemed to get into. Jericho won. They did this weird cut away from TV, and all of a sudden they come back, and Becky's beating the shit out of Natalya because they have a match during Battleground as well.
Look past the ring at the thousands and thousands of WWE
I think that was what I noticed the most about how they were cutting the show, and how everything just seemed random and just jamming shit together, and they didn't really know what they're doing. That was one of the more noticeable times. At one point during the Wyatt match, when they pulled Bray, beat the shit out of Xavier Woods, like I said, and he was kind of in the ring. Knew they pulled him out of the ring, but there was this weird cut there too, where he just kind of vanished outside the ring faster than I think someone can move. But that's not really, I don't know. That's not a wrestling problem. That's a show production problem. And it's a got blood on my hands problem, because we're a tough guy.
If he keeps up this pace, this could turn real ugly real fast. Oh man!
He's getting Tobes plexed through
that
table out there. He's in trouble, that's all I'm going to say. Or I'm going to lose another match, either way. Not at all. So next round of draft picks, Gallows and Anderson went to Raw, thereby breaking up the club unofficially. quote-unquote still the club.
Looks like he's about to have some fun.
But they are separated now.
Oh, how much
as per them, they can, according to the club's Twitter, or one of the guys on Twitter, they said they can just dominate both shows. That's okay. I'm not really sure that that's how this is going to work, but they have high hopes right now, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Worthy of the greatest heavyweights of the time.
Yeah, that looked like a Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali shot.
Thanks, man. So,
we know what's coming here.
Did he count on me? I think he did. No, he didn't.
He's done. Well, we're on the move here.
So yeah, Gallows and Anderson to Raw, American Alpha, a up-and-coming tag team from NXT, brought up to SmackDown. The Big Show, the second chorus of boos. Second chorus of boos wrestler that was drafted went to Raw. Ziggler to SmackDown. I did not want to do this.
Oh wow! Well, the trick sometimes when you get outside the ring is
so we'll do it this way.
The match becomes almost secondary when you get near all these dangerous
So
objects.
Ziggler to SmackDown and Nia Jax. She's huge lady in NXT. Huge, like, muscular and, like, big huge. Not like, oh, big fat, blah, 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 blah. It's not stupid like that. She's just a big lady. She went to Raw. Total, there was 6 NXT picks that got to come, that got drafted. I know everyone was pretty pumped that a lot of NXT people are getting the credit now.
Good grief. That thing looks like a pile of sawdust at a lumberyard.
So good for her, I guess, is the best way to put it. I never really watched her wrestle, but I know everyone talks about her in NXT. They did another draft round, whatever you want to call it, right afterwards. Neville to Raw, Natalya to SmackDown, Cesaro to Raw, Alberto Del Rio to SmackDown, and Sheamus to Raw. So, if Del Rio went to SmackDown and got pissed off about the Paige thing, I guess that means she's coming back to Raw when she ever, if they ever have her come back and wrestle again. I know there was like 30-some picks they didn't show during SmackDown. And I guess she was in that list. I wasn't really concerned about, but that was the thing. I guess after a lot of the picks, Cesaro at one point had like a live shooty kind of interview where he was pissed he went to Raw because he said everyone knows Raw is more about the corporate bullshit. And SmackDown is more about the wrestlers. So he didn't put this. He made his little interview. Kind of seemed like he was pissed off about it. And then Sasha Banks backed him up on Twitter and said, "You're speaking my language, bud," and seemed irritated about it too. And I was talking to my buddy, wrestling friend Kyle, about it. And when you really think about what Raw is, it might be different now because Roman was in trouble. But for the past year,
this has been a great match.
Raw has been Roman Reigns and the Steph Show. One of them opens, one of them's in the middle, and one of them closes. It's any combination of the two at the same time. It's Steph talking to Roman, it's Steph talking to the world, it's Roman talking to the world. But it's all about them. You're either fighting Roman Reigns, or you're doing nothing, or you're pissing off Steph, or you're doing nothing. So everyone was like, SmackDown's a wrestling show, but they don't have that dumb bullshit. And I know it's fake. I know a lot of it's scripted and written and all that good stuff. But I really think some of the wrestlers were probably pissed if they got picked on Raw and not SmackDown. That's just my guess. And then the
he's going for it again.
I got a King. I didn't win yet.
Ooh, that's ugly.
And we've come to yet another turning point in this match.
And then there's a Seth and Ambrose match at the end.
Incoming!
Daniel.
Caught me with the finisher. I want to unlock that. That's a special you can get.
Yes, yes,
and I want to unlock it.
Yes.
If he's not going to move his little bar thing,
It has to be crippling.
then we're just going to do this. Here, you want to do a yes lock? Here. How about the triangle choke?
He may have to tap out right here.
He's not even moving. I think I killed him.
The closer he is to losing the match.
I just made him retire again. But so Seth and Ambrose had their match. Ambrose, I guess, apparently got to keep the belt from Monday, even though it was a weird tie bullshit thing. He won the belt again. He retained the belt. Ambrose retained the belt for SmackDown to take him into the pay-per-view, which we will start talking about. Yeah. The Ambrose and Rollins match was okay. They kind of almost did the same finish they did on Raw, but they changed up a little bit. 1 second. Let me just see what happens here. Alright, here we go. I don't want to bump durability, so it doesn't matter. Do more strength. Would be the most jacked motherfucker there is. So the Battleground preview. I'm gonna do these in reverse order as I found them online. As always, my rankings mean nothing unless I say I don't care. At which point that means I don't care because I don't care. I'm a very fussy wrestling fan. If you've watched these, you know that. But here we go. Usos and Breezango are the pre-show. Breezango deserves to be down there. It bothers me that the Golden Truth have nothing to do during this pay-per-view. And more importantly, the Usos are now a not even main card tag team, which I kind of felt like they were, in my personal opinion anyway. I never really liked them. I know they had some good matches with the club every once in a while, but they're very boring, and there was way too many tag teams like them all in the WWE at the same time. So I didn't really think they were a good fit. Them getting relegated to the pre-show, I wonder, is it because of there's no story for them at the moment, or if it's part of Roman's punishment, which you never really know. Vince McMahon is crazy sometimes.
What's Rusev gonna do now?
Look at that reversal right there. Vince gets crazy. You never really know, like, you might be like, well, fuck your cousins then too, kind of deal. Not sure. Put him in the figure 4 while we talk here. That was weird. So
his strength is superhuman.
I'll actually say I'll say this: if Breezango wins, it means that the Usos are in trouble with Roman Reigns. If the Usos wins, it just means there's nothing going on for him at this time. That's the best way to figure that part out. After that is Becky Lynch and Natalya. Becky Lynch better win. Besides always getting cheated on by her partners, she gets jumped by wrestlers that are too old. She needs like one positive story. Last year, I feel like it was at this point. I'm not good at times or remembering things anymore as I get older. I feel like she was in the title picture with like her, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks when they were all like besties and shit. And then out of nowhere, they're not friends and everyone hates each other. And she's been like a B+ player since then. So I hope she actually like gets her chance again soon to show what she can do. Part of it might be because I have a little crush on her, but that's not really Randy Orton's coming back to talk as Jericho, or Jericho's Corner, or the Jericho Asylum, or the Rollins Report, or whatever show it is. Other than Jericho calling him like a wuss and taunting him, I don't see where else that goes that doesn't involve Randy Orton giving him an RKO. Because Randy Orton doesn't come back and like do wrestling things, I don't see anyone giving a shit immediately. Like, I'm pumped he's coming back. I just feel like he needs to do something big as soon as he gets back, or he's gonna get like put in the background kind of deal. This clan right here, Rusev, is fighting Zack Ryder. Pretty sure Zack Ryder is gonna lose, even though I want him to win. They're doing the Rusev crush everybody at the moment. So I can't see how Zack Ryder comes out of that, okay? But we'll see. Sasha and her mystery partner are taking on Charlotte and Dana Brooke in a tag team match with a mystery partner, like I just said. I feel like Sasha has to win because she's been getting the short end of the stick for a while. So if Sasha doesn't win, I think that's kind of bullshit. I'm calling her right now. Her partner is Paige. If not her, I don't know who else it would be. I can't think of any. Oh! It's either Paige Or I know they've been talking about Nikki Bella coming back soon. So it might be her. Those would be my 2 picks. Those are the only 2 like good surprise picks I could do. So those are my 2 picks. The New Day versus the Wyatts is going to be a thing. I guess they're not splitting them up as a tag team if they're all got drafted together, but I don't know. I still feel like Xavier Woods needs to have his super fear moment with Bray Wyatt. So maybe something cool like that will happen, but I don't know. If it's for the... It can't be for the belts, right? If it's for the belts, the New Day wins because then they have the record for the longest tag team belt winners ever. If it's not for the belts, I feel like the Wyatts can win and no one gives a shit. And it'll be okay. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have another match. I'm gonna guess double disqualification or double count out. I don't want to think about one of them losing because I do like both of them a shitload. I feel like it makes more sense maybe for Sami Zayn to lose, but best storyline is having a double count out. They murder the shit out of each other, and they decide we can live with each other now. We won't always just jump each other like assholes. Rusev That's what that was. Cena and Team Soft against the Club. Since all those groups are splitting up, basically, I don't really know who will win. I feel like Cena has to win because it's Cena. And I'm okay with it this time because Enzo and Cass are there. And obviously they're getting split up because of the draft we just talked about. But... wait, what color am I? Blue. But Cena as like the old grandpa dad figure to Enzo and Cass is very cool. I wish they could have worked that angle a little bit longer. But I guess I understand why they can't. So I guess we'll say Cena will win because Cena usually wins, but I don't know. It's not an AJ single match, so if he loses, I understand it. I don't get as heartbroken as when it's like his one-on-one scam down the belt kind of matches that used to happen a lot. And the triple threat match. So Ambrose has the championship, and he's going to SmackDown. I feel like it only makes sense for him to drop it to someone that's going to be on Raw.
He is just getting busted up.
The offensive attacks from Rusev are
I counter me, fuck.
But what we're
great reversal.
So I feel like Ambrose is losing. We'll start with that. Along with that, if Reigns is still in trouble, even though he served a suspension, he will lose to Rollins.
There's no keeping this guy down tonight.
If Reigns is in everybody's good grace again, I feel like he'll win and make everybody upset. But dream scenario is Ambrose keeps it. Second best scenario, Rollins wins. Third best scenario, the place burns down, the match ends. And then fourth scenario is Roman Reigns wins the belt back. But we will see in 2 days how we did with the guesses. This will be a show. This is a little bit longer because of everything that we talked about. But like I said the past couple days, expect Raw and SmackDown shows every week recorded now. Thank you for watching this. Hopefully my predictions are right. Hopefully you made some predictions with me. Maybe agree, maybe disagree. I don't care. Or I do care. I mean, I don't care in the sense that you can have your own opinion too. If you want to leave comments about your opinions, I'll happily discuss wrestling with anybody. I love wrestling. But thank you again for watching this. I will talk to everybody soon after the pay-per-view. Lates. Is anything that happens? Anything that happen? Anything that happen? Lates.